Hello, Ladislas Moyes from the wanderinginvestor.com. So today I'm in Cuenca in Ecuador, and we're gonna go check out a house that's being sold for $530 a square meter or $50 per square foot that's fully renovated. It's a historical house right here in the center. What I'm looking at here in Cuenca is a city within Ecuador, which is a city of excellence, essentially. So it's a small town, about 300,000 people, beautiful historical town. So you can see the amazing cathedral behind me, gorgeous. The whole center is all these like little historical buildings. There are a bunch of rivers that go through. We're in the middle of the Andes Mountains, so the hiking is absolutely amazing. It's pretty and there are a lot of activities. Life is affordable. Whenever you look at research or whenever you Google top 10 places to move to in Latin America, top 10 places to retire, etc., Cuenca is always in these lists. So rather, my running thesis is that, and that's why my family bought here, is that we expect that over the coming decade, millions of North Americans and Western Europeans will want to leave these countries because of social issues, because of cost of living issues, etc. And a lot of them will go to Latin America, and they're going to be looking at these lists, and they're going to be going for cities like Cuenca. Ecuador's immigration policy, so I did a video as well on how to immigrate to Ecuador, how to obtain residency here. Very easy to obtain residency here. There are tons of ways to obtain residency, including buying real estate, but there are also ways of getting residency that are more affordable. The city itself is safe. Unlike many cities in Ecuador, there's very little crime. You can walk around and you won't be attacked, so that's a plus. And that's also causing internal migration from other cities in Ecuador to Cuenca. So it's not just foreigners that are moving here, it's also Ecuadorians, because it is a city that is better than the other cities. And the city has a lot to offer. It's got private schools, there's even a private German school. There's a lot of, it's a healthcare destination, healthcare tourism destination. So as soon as you arrive here, one of the things you notice is that there are doctors everywhere, hospitals, private clinics, etc. So a very good place from a healthcare point of view, and there's a large and growing expat community. Historically, what we saw was mostly retired people, retired North Americans, and in the last few years the profile has changed, and we're seeing more younger families and digital nomads that are coming here. What I see is, for a place like Cuenca, I see so many positive catalysts because it's so easy to move here. It's nice as well. You don't really need a car, very walkable. There are bicycle lanes all over town, very easy to get around. Public transport is good. The airport is, until recently, was just a domestic airport, and they have recently changed it into an international airport. So there are now flights to Miami, and they're looking at opening routes to Peru and to Colombia. So this city has a lot of catalysts. All right, so here's the house. So 3 one-bedroom apartments and a large 3-bedroom apartment, and as well a little store. This store is being rented for $700 a month. Hola. It's a little cafe. It's cute. Hello. There is only essentially 2 parking spots. You can see beautiful, like stunning historical house, well renovated. I mean, you can see the little touches. There's even a little place here to hang out. So there's 1 unit here. This is a 1-bedroom apartment. So, you know, kitchen, kind of living room, and down there the bed. So this is going for about $450 a month, all bills included. Then there is another apartment here. We don't quite have access to it because there are people in there. Also, they're paying $450 a month. So there's a living room and kitchen here. Here there's a bedroom. And now this one, which is my favorite of the 1-bedrooms. Hello, can I come in? Great. Nice living space, much brighter than the ones downstairs, and a bathroom here, living room. So again, this whole house is 1,100 square meters roughly. So it's huge, really huge. So 11,500 square feet. And this is the penthouse, so large 3-bedroom apartment. Hey, how are you? Good? And this one is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at this. Beautiful ceiling. You can see the ceiling has been completely redone. You know, the design is traditional. It's just all clean and nice and very bright. very, very bright. Right up there. So that's not being used. There's also some storage unit there. 3 bedrooms. So this is being rented for $1,200 per month plus bills. Nice view on the streets. I mean, this is just so much real estate for $565,000, which is the listing price. Obviously, I'd negotiate. It's a low liquidity market, so whenever I enter low liquidity markets, I make sure to negotiate relatively hard, because essentially when you buy in such a market, you're not just a buyer, you're a liquidity provider. It comes down to $530 per square meter for this whole house, or $50 per square foot. So, and it comes entirely furnished. So I mean, in terms of value, this is quite attractive. Veronica, thank you very much for showing us this place. So let's go through all of the numbers. So the little cafe is being rented out for $700 a month. The 3 units, the 3 one-bedroom units on average for $450 a month, including utilities. The large one, so this one we're in, the really nice one, is $1,200 a month. What do you think the occupancy rate would be approximately for the apartment?
Due to its location, at least 11 months out of the year.
Yeah, in terms of location, it's great. It's right in the center. What would be the utility fees / internet fees that the landlord would have to pay roughly on a monthly basis for all 4 apartments?
For the entire house, approximately $200 up to $250 a month for all the apartments and the master.
Personally, in the numbers, I would prefer to put $300 to be on the safe side. And in terms of property tax?
Property taxes a year, about $300 average, and that's how much they've been paying.
Yeah, so imagine this massive house with 4 apartments, a retail outlet, $300 of property tax a year. And then if the owner is over 65, then he'd be paying even less, right?
Correct. If the owners after 65, then you get senior discount benefits, and that amount can come down to third or not even that. It's really a good situation if you're after 65.
And then also that would impact the utilities if you're 65, correct?
That's correct. Yeah,
How does it work?
Discount. They also get discount, especially in their electric bills. Not much into the internet, but electric and water bills, they're going to get half price or even less.
And because this is one whole house apart from the retail outlet, it's one bill, right? So it's all on the retired owner's name.
That's correct. We would have only 1 meter for electricity, 1 for water, 1 for the entire house.
So, you know, the numbers really improve in terms of upkeep if you are 65 and over. Even if you're 65 and under, I mean, $300 of property tax, not much. $300 of utilities, cheap, but you can slash all of that essentially in half if you're 65 and over, which would help with the capitalization rate or the rental yield. Roughly, when we do these numbers, we take out all of the fees, etc. I didn't put any property management for this one because what's happening is actually the tenant of the top unit is the property manager for the smaller, the 1-bedroom units. So that makes property management easier, and he's still paying $1,200.
Correct.
And does property management. So we'll leave it at that. But essentially, you get a bit over $31,000 net a year income, which gets you a net rental yield of about 5.6%. So if I were to buy this unit, Veronica, and let's say you're helping me find real estate here in Cuenca, and I tell you, what can I do to get a better rental yield?
Well, we could potentially work into the smaller units rental income, which personally think the price at the moment, the prices are excellent because once again, the location. And I think we can improve that.
To how much? So right now we're at an average of $450, bearing in mind the one at the bottom is a little dark and the one on the top is very pleasant.
I would try to raise it at least to $500 a month because according to what I've seen, $550 would be more than enough, more than fair to charge for a unit with this location and that size and just, you know, with everything around. Yes.
So Veronica, you've been in real estate for how many years here in Cuenca?
I've been doing this for just about 10 years.
10 years. Have you seen a difference in terms of the profile of people that are moving here? Because historically, Cuenca in Ecuador was just old people, retired people, typically North American. You just go onto these lists of, you know, top 10 places to retire in Latin America. Cuenca was always there. Is it still the case or are you starting to see a change in terms of people?
No, now it's actually completely different. Years ago, we, as you well said, used to be facing only older couples moving in, retired people, but now it's completely different. We are having now much younger people moving in, younger families, people wanting to work from their houses in the middle 40s, 30s, 50s. So a much younger expat population are starting to move out here. And also from all over the world, we can find a lot of Europeans now here, people from Russia, China. So we've also expanded in that regard.
Veronica is helping some family members of mine invest in an apartment. It's a bit smaller, the budget was smaller, but we're expecting some decent rental yields as well. And the value that we're getting here in Cuenca is quite interesting.
Correct.
Cool, fantastic. So if you're interested in real estate in Cuenca, I wrote a whole article below. You can see the link below explaining the macro situation in Ecuador and also the neighborhoods in Cuenca that are interesting to invest in. So we worked on this together. And if you want to get in touch with Veronica, there's a link below with more information on her services.
I'll be glad to help you and help all of our clients.
Great. Thank you, Veronica.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You can go to my website, thewanderinginvestor.com, and sign up to the private list. It's entirely free. This way you will be getting insider information as I travel around the world looking for opportunities.